You're putting in the work on LinkedIn, right? You're posting, you're trying to connect, but it feels like you're shouting into a black hole. If you've ever felt invisible on the world's biggest professional network, well, you're about to find out exactly why. We're diving into some game-changing insights from marketing expert Yasser Alam's blog, yasseralam.com.
So let's just cut to the chase. Does your brand feel invisible? Are your connection requests just sitting there ignored? Do your posts get crickets? For a lot of B2B marketers, especially here in the Meta region, this isn't just a feeling, it is a frustrating daily reality.
And here's the crazy part. LinkedIn has over 1 billion professionals on it. 1 billion! The exact decision makers you need to reach, the C-suite executives, the key partners, they are all there. So with an audience that massive, why on earth is it so hard to get noticed? Well, the problem usually isn't the platform itself. It's the strategy, or the lack of one. As Yasser Alam points out in his article, there are these really common pitfalls that turn promising efforts into total dead ends. But the good news? These are all fixable. So let's break down the first big one.
First things first, before we even talk about content or outreach, we've got to look at the foundation. It all starts with your digital handshake, your profile.
And here it is, mistake number 1. And it's a huge one. Underestimating just how important your profile is. A weak, incomplete, or kinda outdated profile, it's not just a missed opportunity, it's a credibility killer. It basically screams unprofessional before you even get a chance to say hello.
So the fix is pretty straightforward, but you have to do it. Treat your profile like your brand's flagship store. You need a professional headshot or a crisp logo. Craft a headline that's more than just your job title. It should be your value proposition. And please, fill out that About section. Tell people who you help and how you do it. Keep it sharp, keep it updated, and keep it professional.
This quote from the article really nails it. In B2B marketing, perception is everything. Think about it. When you're trying to connect with a senior exec in Dubai or a potential partner in Cairo, what's the first thing they do? They click on your profile. You have one shot to make that first impression count and build trust instantly. All right, so let's say your profile is solid. What's next? Well, now we get into the 2 areas where most marketers get totally lost: their content and their connections. These are what I like to call the invisibility traps. Do any of these sound a little too familiar? Just posting random stuff without a clear goal? Sending that generic copy-paste "I'd like to connect" message? Or maybe just dropping links and running? And the classic, showing up once a month. Yeah, these are guaranteed ways to make sure nobody ever sees you. Now, just look at the difference here. It is night and day. On the left, you've got the stuff that gets you ignored or even blocked. But on the right, that's where the magic happens. Instead of a generic blast, imagine sending a note that says, "Hey, I saw your post on the fintech scene in Riyadh's KFAD and loved your insights." I mean, which one do you think actually starts a conversation? And that brings us to what engagement really means. We have to redefine it. It's not about broadcasting your message and waiting for likes. No, it's a 2-way conversation. It's about replying to comments, giving a shout out to people who share your stuff, and actually jumping into the discussions that are already happening in your industry. It's about being present.
Okay, so we've covered the problems. We know what not to do. Now for the most important part, the strategic shift. This is how you go from just making noise to actually providing real, tangible value.
Look, the single biggest strategic shift you can make is this. Stop trying to talk to everyone. It just doesn't work. In B2B, relevance beats reach every single time. Casting a wide net is a waste of energy. You need precision targeting to drive meaningful conversations and, actual leads. This slide gives some perfect real-world examples from right here in the region. Instead of a broad target like tech professionals in the UAE, get laser-focused. Logistics managers in Dubai's Jebel Ali Free Zone. Don't just go after finance leaders in KSA. Narrow it down to fintech decision-makers in Riyadh's King Abdullah Financial District. See how much more powerful that is? Your message becomes instantly relevant. So what kind of content do you share with this super targeted audience?
Well, as Yasser notes, your content has one job: solve their problems. Share genuinely educational guides, insightful analysis, case studies. Mix it up. Use different formats like videos or carousels to keep things fresh. And most importantly, be consistent. You got to show up regularly to stay top of mind. But listen, don't just post and pray. You absolutely have to track what's working. A quick look at your analytics might tell you that your how-to guides are getting crazy high engagement, while your generic company news posts are falling completely flat. This data is pure gold. It tells you exactly what your audience wants more of. Double down on that. So when you actually put all of these pieces together, the strong profile, the targeted outreach, the value-driven content, that's when you start to see a real, genuine transformation in your results. And this is the end goal. This quote from the article gets right to the heart of it. Success on LinkedIn isn't about how many connections you have. It's about building real relationships. When you show up and engage authentically, you shift from being just another vendor trying to sell something to becoming a trusted partner. So I want to leave you with this question to really think about. Is your current LinkedIn strategy designed to build partnerships, or is it just a numbers game of collecting connections? Be honest, because your answer tells you everything you need to know about what to do next. All of these insights we've talked about come directly from the fantastic breakdown on yasseраlam.com. If you want to dive even deeper, or if you need some help building a strategy that actually moves the needle, you have to visit the blog. You can also reach out to Yasser directly at connect@yasseраlam.com for marketing support. Thanks for tuning in.